Hey guys, welcome to some space flight simulator. Today we're going to be putting a rover on the moon to go and find another rover which is also on the moon, which I put up there off camera before I even made this YouTube channel. But anyway, what we're doing here is we're just going to build up the rover to go onto the moon. We're also going to do some testing on the launch pad to make sure all the wheels work, like they're connected up, because we don't want to get there and then find out one of the wheels doesn't have power. No! Because it will mean we'll have to make another rover, make another rocket, send it up, go and get the other rover, probably explode it. I like explosions. But anyway, yeah, here we are. Adding some electrical stuff on there, and then we're just gonna launch it to the launch pad, even though it's not going to be going anywhere. That's what that warning was, just checking all the wheels are working. Then we're going to be changing up the electrical stuff, because I found out that it didn't work with the rocket that I was building. But anyway, yeah, well, there was a lot of things wrong with the rocket, which I found out earlier, but I found a fix for, so yeah. Anyway, we're going to be building this. How we're going to be doing this is we're going to have a rocket to get us into lunar orbit, a thing to deorbit us, and then we're going to detach from it, and we're going to have a little, we're going to have a little crane, sort of, like a little, yeah, you can see me building it here. We're going to have a little thing on top of the rover which will detach once it's landed and probably fly away unless I crash it. But anyway, yeah, as you can see, I'm using 2 grasshopper engines on there. As I said in the last video, good for landing. But anyway, yeah, it's like a little landing assistance pod or something. But anyway, we're going to start building up the rocket here, and you'll see a cut in a minute because there was a lot of things wrong with this rocket which I had to fix. Yeah, look, I'm just trying to, yeah, there you go. Basically, the method that I built the landing pod thing and the rover was all wrong. So you can see all the electrics are changed. There's no solar panel on there now. I've just put some RTGs, which for you, those of you who don't know what they are basically mini nuclear reactors for my rover. But anyway, yeah, here we are on the landing pad. We're about to go. We're just doing some last checks, turning on the engine, throttling up, and off we go. So I'm kind of proud of this rocket because it had a very high thrust weight ratio, but I'm also proud of the drop pod because it took me so long. Does anybody else get that? Anyway, talking to myself here. You can see those Titan engines that are being used right now on the boosters, we are rising through the atmosphere extremely fast, going about 500 meters per second, even though we're just about 10 kilometers from the ground. That's extremely fast, but it does make sense because I've got the no drag cheat on and the infinite fuel cheat from last episode. I forgot to turn them off. I was going to keep the infinite fuel on, but by right now, whilst I was doing this rocket, I noticed that I had no drag on. I was like, oh, I should turn that off. But then I looked back at the map and I was like, oh yeah, we're literally about to come out the atmosphere anyway, and we've got such a high thrust rate ratio, it doesn't really matter. So anyway, I would have liked to do that. It's just that there was not much point at the time when I realised. But anyway, we're going to be going for a high Earth orbit, and we just passed the Kármán line right there. Yeah, as I was saying, we're going to be going for a high Earth orbit. I'm not sure why this time, I just thought it would be good, I guess. It's mainly because we had such a high thrust weight ratio. We're going for about 150 kilometers above the Earth's surface. Yeah, just overshot it by 10 kilometers or something like that. But yeah, anyway, we're just gonna drift up there, maybe use a bit of time warp on the way up there. Yeah, there we go. You can see I've also got a few satellites around Earth, which we might be able to go to. If you have any suggestions for where you want to go, as I said in the last video, leave it in the comment section below. But anyway, here we are. We're just up at the top of our apoapsis, and we're just going to start burning prograde. For those of you who don't know what prograde, retrograde is, and apoapsis, periapsis, any of the words that I'm saying, apoapsis simply is just the highest point of your trajectory above the surface of whatever you're on or orbiting around. Periapsis is the lowest point. How convenient. But anyway, yeah, as you can see, they just start to switch as I even out my orbit, which is perfect because that's when you want to stop burning. But anyway, prograde is when you're, well, I can't say this correctly because when I was talking to my dad about this, he was like, that's not it, but you're close. But what prograde is, in my words, is burning along the, wait, I have a definition of it here somewhere. Wait, I'll be back in a sec. Sorry, I should be talking about the craft, shouldn't I? Anyway, we just ditched those side boosters, and you can see that Frontier engine there we used to blast, well, not blast, but like push us away from the debris. Also, I was really proud of my timing here when I launched the rocket, because yeah, because when I looked back at the map after I targeted the moon, which I think I might have already done. Yeah, I've already done it. I found out that I was already in a what you call it? A transfer window. Yeah, there you go. See, I was already in smack middle of transfer window. Anyway, I'm just gonna see if I can find. I'm just searching it up on Google. Or not? Yeah. No. Anyway, sorry. Yeah. So we're just burning some. We're burning towards the moon here. Sorry. Sorry, I couldn't find it. Anyway, what I think. Oh yeah, the screen bugs out here for a second. It's over a period of a few minutes. I'm sorry for this. I couldn't figure out why, but anyway, you can see our apoapsis rising towards the moon. We also have a moon approach now, but not a moon encounter. So yeah, the screen's bugging out here. I tried to do stuff in editing, but it wasn't working. But anyway, yeah, just bending our trajectory around the moon here. The reason it's bending is because of gravity of the moon. Pulls us in when basically, if we don't do anything from now, you can see our trajectory is predicting that we'll just slingshot around the moon. But seeing as the moon doesn't have much of a high gravity, we won't bend our trajectory that much. But anyway, yeah, the screen will go back to normal. I promise you. I've watched the rest of the. I've watched this already. So, but anyway, yeah, we're just drifting towards the moon now. Sorry, I should really be talking about what's on the screen, but yeah, the screen's bugging out a lot. Sorry, but yeah, as you can see, I've also got some things around in orbit. But if you look closely on the moon, you can see we've got something on the moon, and that is the rover that we're going to be finding. I'm not sure why. I just am. Just needs a friend, like we all do. Especially me. No, I'm joking. But anyway, we're making our way towards the moon. We're just drifting. The screen's bugging out. I'm not sure why. Trying to fix it. you can see our height and velocity in the top corner if you're ever wondering. We're going about 2 kilometers per second, which is interplanetary speed, I think. It should be, because we're going to the moon. But anyway, yeah, we're just drifting. I'm not sure if I'm using time warp at this time. But I think I was just trying to figure out why the screen was bugging out so much. But yeah, I don't think I'm using time warp here. I'm just trying to figure out why the screen's bugging out. Anyway, yeah, here we go. Now I'm starting to accelerate time here, and I'm zooming out. As you can see, I am drifting towards the moon. You can see that little encounter there. Yeah, we're just going to drift into its sphere of influence, where the sphere of influence is basically, you know how you have magnets? There's a certain point where they have an effect on the other magnet. Yeah, that's basically the sphere of influence for gravity. But anyway, we're drifting along to our periapsis around the moon, just so we can do a capture burn there, which will be retrograde. Oh yeah, I was going to explain what prograde and retrograde mean. Prograde is when you're burning facing along the trajectory that you have. So if you see that trajectory line, if that triangle, if you're facing forwards, like in line with that trajectory line, facing forwards along the way you're going, and you're burning, that's prograde burning. If you're facing the other way, retrograde burning. But anyway, I'm doing some retrograde burning to slow us down to capture in moon orbit. Yeah, as it says, entered moon orbit. So as you can see, just bringing my apoapsis down, periapsis and apoapsis will start to switch. Once we're about halfway, that's when you shut off the engines. And there you can see I'm targeting the little rover on there. It didn't give me a transfer window, which was pretty annoying, so I had to eyeball it. I got pretty close in the end. It looks like the screen stopped bugging out now anyway. Oh yeah, also, if you can hear there's a bit of a soreness or graveliness in my voice, that's because I'm ill. I've got a cold. I'm not at school today because I threw up. But anyway, as you can see, our apoapsis is behind us now, which means our periapsis is in the ground, as you can see, because our trajectory is going into the moon. But anyway, we're on a crash course to the moon now, if we don't do anything again. But anyway, as you can see, I'm just eyeballing it here, trying to line up our trajectory, turning down the throttle. This is the point where I realise, oh, I forgot to detach that. So I detach that now, do a little burn, just to get us away from, yeah, you can see, just a little burn, to get us away from the debris. I could have just used the clear debris option, but yeah, I can't be bothered. I guess I'll just do it later, but anyway, yeah, just orientating ourselves to do a bit of a burn. See, I've changed our course a lot, so I have to realign myself, drop down my throttle, and just let my trajectory move across the surface until I get to my target, which is just about there. This part was really tedious because I had to go change my orientation back and forth to get it right. There's a quick sneak peek of the rover that we're going to be going finding. Yeah, I had trouble switching back to the actual craft. Yeah, because you can see here how fast they're actually going. So I had to click the follow button, which just moves the camera in line with the thing. And what do you know, we're back with the debris, so I just hid it away with my engine. That is a, forgot what that engine is, sorry, let me just find out. Because I've got the game open in front of me. That is called a Hawk engine, and the other one was a, Frontier engine. There you go. I know my knowledge. What? How can I know my knowledge when I already know it? Anyway, I'm making my way down to the moon surface here. I didn't use time warp the entire time. I'm not sure why. It was pretty stupid. It took a long time. Yeah, we're just making our way down here now. I think I was doing a few little burns here to make sure that we get as close to the target as possible. But yeah, there's nothing much to say for now. I'll just let you watch it come down. But yeah, as I said, if there's anything else you want me to do in this game, if there's another game you would like me to play instead of this, I'll happily do so, as long as it isn't a cajillion pounds or something. And not Fortnite, okay? Because that's not the kind of thing that we do here. But anyway, sorry, I'm just babbling on again. We're just making our way down to the surface. You can see those debris making their way down to the surface as well. They're going to explode. Luckily, they didn't hit the rover. That would have been unfortunate because they're still on the same track as us. And this is me burning incorrectly. Actually, no, wait. Sorry. No, I was doing it correctly. Because what I was trying to do is I was trying to get a landing as soon as possible. And I was actually quite proud of this maneuver. I was burning away from the thing, then turned around, burned whilst I was up above it, trying to get my trajectory to go straight down next to it. I did a pretty good job in my eyes, because I'm still burning, but I'm actually going. Look, if you look at my velocity, it's going down. Yeah, there's a picture of, well, not there's what the craft looks like right now. And if you look, where's my apoapsis? It's going below me, zooming past me. I'm actually making my way back to the rover by doing a really intense retrograde burn to change my direction. So say I was going to the left, I burn, pause in the air, then start going to the right, and look, I'm just fine-tuning my encounter here. I go for 0.1% throttle, but then it's going slow, so I can't even see it moving that much. So I go up a bit on the throttle. But yeah, we're just making our way down now. We're just going up a bit, and we passed 5 kilometers, which is the moon's invisible atmosphere where the camera changes over. So there should be a camera wobble in a few seconds. Not that, but you'll see it. Yeah, right now. There you go. Because we're technically not on the moon. Well, like not on the moon, but like in the moon. Yeah, there you go. Because it has a magic barrier around it saying, oh, you can't time warp below this certain height in case of crashing, which is helpful but sometimes annoying at points. But anyway, yeah, we're just making our way down now, doing a few burns to make sure that we don't absolutely crash into the moon surface, making sure that we're not going too fast when I have to burn to make sure that we don't die. Right, there's nobody on there this time. It's just a probe core, which is basically like a little robot. But yeah, anyway, we're making our way down now. As you can see, our trajectory is a bit behind where we want to be landing. So I think it moves in front of where we're landing, and I'll have to do a bit of driving. But of course, it's a rover. That's what it's meant to be doing. Anyway, yeah, we're just making our way down. Those 2 grasshopper engines are doing a really good job of keeping us slow, I guess. Yeah, but as you can see, we're drifting down, not going above, trying to keep ourselves below 50-60 meters per second. Because as you might remember in the last video, I said I think the landing range of things breaking, well, everything has a different a resilience to braking, but I think most of it is about between 5 and 10 meters per second. So anything above that, it'll probably explode. But anyway, yeah, as you can see, we're climbing up. We're going a bit faster now. I start burning again, trying to slow us down as much as possible. This was a really intense landing because I really thought I was actually going to crash and I was going to have to do this entire mission again. But I managed to save it, which I'm really proud of. At this point, I was just like, I don't care if I get near where I'm meant to be going. Oh, look, you can see the rover just there on the left of the screen, throttling up, but not actually turning on the engines, just doing a few little burns. Start to float back upwards again. We're just basically floating around because remember, the moon has a very, very low gravity. So yeah, I'm just making my way down. We're not even going above 10 meters per second here. We start to go down into this ditch, which I was like, no, that's a bit bad. But anyway, yeah, we're just making our way down. And oh no, landing. And we do a bit of a roll, but I managed to save it sort of, because we get on our feet and turn the wheels on, and I accidentally flip us over. So anyway, I managed to get us back up, but we do a few rolls on the way there, because of torque and stuff like that, and low gravity, and this thing is rather light for a rover. But anyway, yeah, we are slowly inching our way along the ground, going about 2 meters per second. We're making our way up this hill, which the rover is on the other side of. But I managed to flip myself over, and I've gone on my back, but I managed to roll over and get back on my feet. And from here, it's pretty much plain sailing except for a few more rolls. Turn down my throttle, which I didn't realise up until now, changes how fast the rover wheels are going. Yeah, roll over here, just let myself roll over, because it's easier than dealing with an upside down rover. And we start driving a bit more. It's a bit of a long drive there. Yeah, more rolls. We're not going that far. We're not going fast enough for anything to brake, so don't worry about that. But we're only going 2 meters per second, less than that now. But anyway, yeah, we're just making our way over to the rover, slowly but surely, and almost another roll. But I just zoom out here to see where it is, and you can just see it on the left for a second. And we're just making our way there now, going about 5 meters per second. Not too fast, but fast enough, I guess. It took me a good minute to get there. But anyway, yeah, here we are now. Bonk. But anyway, yeah. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing and hit the like button. If you want to see more of this stuff, please let me know in the comment section what you would like to see and other things like that. But thanks, guys. That's it for today. Bye.